Nichelle Nichols, the famous Star Trek actress, sadly, she died.
And today her contributions on the show and to our nation are being honored. CBS 2's Vanessa Murdock with more on how Nichols set us on a path to a more inclusive future.
What are the chances of the captain and the others being alive?
Shatterer of stereotypes, trailblazer, inspiration, all words used to remember Nichelle Nichols.
I'm afraid you have it all wrong, Mr. Spock, all of you.
Nichols' groundbreaking role as Lieutenant Uhura on the original Star Trek TV series, unforgettable for Charles Jackson. He couldn't speak with us on camera, but shared this photo taken with her and says Nichols was an inspiration to Black people and a wonderful lady who will be missed. Catherine Guttleber grew up watching and can't forget Nichols singing. There's where my love. Or that history-making kiss with Captain Kirk.
She was going to leave the show, and then Martin Luther King Jr. convinced her to stay.
Her role as the only Black female on the flight deck, so powerful for the civil rights movement, it couldn't be abandoned. Jennifer Elliott says she inspired women and people of color to turn science fiction into science fact.
I've heard Mae Jemison speak about how she was such a huge inspiration for Mae Jemison's career trajectory going into space, being the first African-American woman to go into space.
NASA shared Nichols partnered with them to recruit some of the first women and minority astronauts and inspired generations to reach for the stars. NASA also shared several pictures of Nichols with CBS 2 News. In 1977, she stands with most of the Star Trek cast in front of the Space Shuttle Enterprise. In 2010, she works with school children at Build the Future. A statement from President Biden read in part, Nichols redefined what is possible for Black Americans and women.
We would go on to great heights, and to think that I had the slightest thing to do with it makes me know that all things good are possible.
Nichelle Nichols, 89 years on Earth, will forever live amongst the stars. Vanessa Murdock, CBS 2 News.
Wow, that wasn't her intent, right? She was just an actor.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It had this effect.
Definitely.
You could see how she.
Yeah, and she was going to go to Broadway, and just like that woman said in Vanessa's piece, it was Martin Luther King Jr. that convinced her to stay. So you stand for so much more. We need your presence on television.
Right.
I'm just glad she was alive to feel that,
right.
you know, and to know how much she was cherished.
Right, to receive it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.